You know, not long ago, my granddaughter handed me her smartphone and said, "Grandpa, you have to learn how to use this. It'll keep you safe and let us chat anytime." And I'll admit, at first, I just stared at that little screen like it was a spaceship control panel. Too many buttons, too many apps, and all that swiping. But then she showed me something simple, something that made me think, wait, I can actually do this. Maybe you felt that way too. Like these gadgets are made for someone else, someone younger. But here's the thing, that little device in your pocket, it's not just for grandkids or tech whizzes. It's your lifeline. Whether it's calling for help in an emergency or seeing your great-grandbaby's first steps over video, your phone can be your best friend if you know where to start. That's why today, we're talking about 3 essential tools every senior should have on their phone. We'll take it slow, step by step, and by the end, I promise you'll feel a little more like a smartphone pro. Let's start with the most important one, staying safe. Imagine this. You're watering the garden and oh, your foot slips on the wet grass. Suddenly, you're on the ground and your phone's all the way inside on the kitchen counter. Scary, right? Well, what if I told you your phone has a built-in safety feature that lets you call for help, even if it's across the room? It's called Emergency SOS, and it's already on your phone. No app to download, no fancy setup. Let me show you how it works. Now, if you've got an iPhone, press and hold that side button and one of the volume buttons at the same time. Keep holding them. Yes, like you're taking a deep breath. And after a few seconds, you'll see a slider pop up. That's your emergency call button. But here's the magic. If you keep holding those buttons a bit longer, it'll automatically dial 911 or your local emergency number and send a text to your emergency contacts with your location. No fumbling, no searching for numbers. And for my Android friends, it's just as easy. Press that power button 5 times fast. Asterisk, click, 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 asterisk, like knocking on a door. A siren might go off. Don't let that startle you. And you'll get options to call emergency services or alert someone you trust. Now, I know what you're thinking. What if I press it by accident? Don't worry. The phone gives you a few seconds to cancel before it actually calls. It's like having a safety net under your safety net. Let's practice together. Grab your phone. Go ahead, I'll wait. Found it. Good. Now, let's try the button presses gently. No rush. If you're nervous, set the phone on a table first. Remember, you're in control. Once you've got the hang of it, take a minute to set up your emergency contacts. On both iPhones and Androids, you can add family members or neighbors who'll get an alert if you ever use SOS. It's like having a guardian angel in your pocket. My neighbor Margaret used this last winter when she took a tumble on her icy porch. She told me, I didn't even have to think, just squeeze the buttons, and help was on the way. That's the peace of mind we all deserve. Now, before we move on, let's address the elephant in the room. Yes, technology can feel overwhelming sometimes, but here's my motto. Slow and steady wins the race. You don't need to learn everything at once. Start with this one tool. Practice it while sitting comfortably at your kitchen table. Maybe even make it a game. See if your grandkid can activate SOS faster than you. Spoiler, you'll surprise them. And remember, every expert was once a beginner. You're not too old for this. You're just new. And new things, well, they become familiar faster than you think. Now that you've got the safety skill under your belt, let's talk about staying connected. Because what's the point of a phone if it doesn't bring you closer to the people you love? Maybe you've heard friends talk about video calls, but thought, that sounds complicated. Well, let me introduce you to this little miracle right here. Meet your new window to the world. Or should I say, your new front porch? This is where you can wave hello to your grandkids, share a cup of coffee with an old friend, or even attend your book club, all without leaving your favorite armchair. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Video calls sound like something out of the Jetsons. But trust me, they're simpler than programming your TV remote. And unlike that remote, this actually listens to you. Let's talk about the app one recommend for most seniors, Google Meet. It's free, works on any phone, and best of all, you don't need a fancy email or password to get started. Even my buddy Frank, who still calls the internet the email, figured this one out. Here's how it works. First, open your phone's app store. That's the little bag icon with a play button on it. Tap it, and in the search bar at the top, type Google Meet. Look for the icon with a blue camera inside a white speech bubble. Got it. Tap Install, and let your phone do the rest. While we wait for that to download, let me tell you why I love this app. Last month, my sister in Florida taught me how to make her famous key lime pie. Through this screen, she held up ingredients, showed me the crust, and we laughed when I accidentally mixed up salt and sugar. And it's not just a call, it's sharing life. All right, the app's ready. Let's open it. You'll see a big blue button that says New Meeting. Tap that, and voila, you're in your own private room. Now, here's the fun part. To invite someone, tap Share Invitation. You can send a link via text or email, but let's keep it simple. Tap Copy Link. Then open your messages and paste it to your daughter, grandson, or whoever you'd like to chat with. When they click that link, their face will pop up on your screen like magic. And don't worry if it takes a minute. Technology runs on ish time. Ish as in, I'll be there at 2-ish. Now, let's talk about the buttons you'll see. The big red one with the phone icon. That's how you hang up, like saying, talk to you later. The microphone button mutes your sound, which is handy if your dog starts barking at the mailman. And the camera button lets you turn your video off if you need to adjust your hair. But here's the real secret. You don't have to start the call yourself. If someone sends you a link, just tap it. No need to sign in or type anything. My friend Edna's grandson sends her a link every Sunday at 10 a.m., and she clicks it right from her text messages. Suddenly, there he is, eating cereal in his college dorm, telling her about his week. And if you're worried about your hearing, turn up your volume before the call starts. Just press the volume buttons on the side of your phone until it's comfortable. You can even plug in headphones if the room's noisy. Let's address the moments. What if the screen freezes? Try waving and saying, "Can you hear me?" If that doesn't work, hang up and call back. No harm done. It's like knocking on the door again. And if you're feeling shy, start with audio only. Tap Join with audio instead of video. It's like a regular phone call, but with better sound. Now let's practice. Grab your phone and open Google Meet. I'll wait. See that blue button? Give it a gentle tap. Now, pretend you're sending the link to me. Hi, it's Martha. Let's chat. That's all it takes. And if you're thinking, but what about my old friends who don't have smartphones? Try Zoom instead. It works on computers, too. But we'll stick to one app at a time. Baby steps. You know, my friend Walter refused to try video calls for years. I don't need to see their faces. I've got a perfectly good landline, he'd say. Then his daughter had a baby in Texas. The first time he saw that little one yawn on screen, okay, he said, maybe this isn't so bad. That's the beauty of it. It's not about replacing the way we've always done things. It's about adding another tool to your toolbox. Another way to say, I'm here. Now, I'd love to hear your stories. Have you tried a video call yet? Did your grandchild show you their soccer trophy or a new puppy? Drop a comment below. I read every single one. And if you're feeling proud of yourself right now, you should be. You've just unlocked a whole new way to stay close to the people who matter most. But what about those times when you're not chatting with family? When you're out and about, maybe feeling a little unsure about, well, where you're about? Let's talk about how your phone can be your compass, your map, and even your friendly neighbor, all in one. You know, I used to carry this old map everywhere, highlighted routes, scribbled notes in the margins. But one rainy day, I missed a turn on my way to a doctor's appointment, and let's just say this thing turned into a soggy mess. That's when my daughter said, "Dad, your phone can do all this and sing show tunes if you ask nicely." She was right. That little device isn't just for emergencies or video calls. It's your pocket-sized guide to the world. Let me show you how to use Google Maps, the app that'll help you find your way, share your location with loved ones, and even discover that new bakery everyone's raving about. First, open your App Store again and search for Google Maps. Look for the icon that looks like a red paper pen on a map. Tap Install. And while it loads, Let's talk about why this app is a game changer. Last week, my friend Louise wanted to visit her grandson's new apartment downtown. What if I get lost? She worried. So she typed his address into Google Maps, followed the voice directions, and guess what? She arrived 10 minutes early, with time to pick up his favorite cookies on the way. All right, the app's ready. Open it up, and you'll see a big search bar at the top. Let's try something simple. Type pharmacy. Instantly, little pins pop up showing all the nearby options. Tap one, and you'll see its hours, phone number, and even how busy it is right now. Now, let's say you want directions. Tap directions and type where you're going. The app will ask if you're driving, walking, or taking public transit. Choose one, and it'll show you step-by-step instructions. But here's the best part. Tap start, and a friendly voice will guide you turn by turn. No more squinting at street signs. In 500 feet, turn right onto Maple Street, then arrive at your destination. It's like having a patient co-pilot who never says, "I told you so." Now let's talk safety. See that blue dot on the map? That's you. If you ever feel unsure where you are, tap the dot, and the app will say, "You're here." And if you want someone to know where you are, say, "Your daughter wants to meet you for lunch." Tap share location. Choose how long to share it. I usually pick until I turn this off, and send it via text. Now she can see your little blue dot moving in real time. My neighbor Herb uses this when he goes on his morning walks. His wife, Betty, says, "It's like watching his dad go on an adventure. Without me worrying, he'll wander into a pond." But what if you're not sure about the place you're going? Tap Street View. That little yellow peg man in the corner. Drag him onto the map, and suddenly, you're standing there virtually. You can see the building's color, the parking lot, even the bench out front. It's like scouting the location from your couch. And here's a pro tip. If you're worried about using too much data, download the map of your area while you're on Wi-Fi at home. Go to Offline Maps in the menu, select your region, and tap Download. Now, even if you lose signal, you're still covered. Let's address the big fear. What if my battery dies? Always keep a charger in your bag or car. They're smaller than a candy bar these days. And if you're really nervous, jot down the main turns on a sticky note before you leave. Technology and paper? You're unstoppable. Now let's practice. Open Google Maps and type your favorite cafe or park. Tap directions and watch how the route unfolds. See, you're not just holding a phone, you're holding confidence. And if you make a wrong turn, the app recalculates faster than you can say, "Oops." No judgment, no stress. You know, I still keep my old paper map for nostalgia. But this is freedom. Freedom to explore, to meet friends, to say, "Yes, I can drive across town," without a single worry. So there we are, 3 tools to turn your smartphone into a safety net, a bridge to loved ones, and a trusty guide. Let's recap. 1. Emergency SOS for peace of mind. 2. Google Meet for face-to-face joy. 3. Google Maps for fearless exploring. But here's the truth. You don't need to master all 3 today. Start with 1. Practice until it feels like second nature, then add another. Remember, every time you try something new, you're telling the world and yourself, "I'm still growing." I'd love to hear how it's going for you. Did you surprise a grandchild with a video call? Find a new park using maps? Or maybe you just feel a little braver today. Share your story in the comments. We're all learning together. If this video helped you, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to the channel. We've got more tips coming your way, from tech tricks to healthy aging secrets, all served with zero jargon and a side of encouragement. Here's to you, staying safe, staying connected, and proving every day that curiosity doesn't retire. Thanks for letting me be part of your journey. Now go show that smartphone who's boss.